caster, and here we go with the draft, and there's the Clanks for ECX, so they are going to go back to it here.
Actually, I wanted to mention something before we even really got started here, but after watching that, ECX is trying so many new things that they don't really know if it's working yet, and good to see them actually go back to their roots, and I'm really excited to see them play this Clanks again.
Yeah. And I was checking the other series here real quickly, too, but it looks like Sync did win the first game pretty decisively, even over Mystery Gang. They're in their game 2, by the way, but look at that. Cersei coming out in response to Sandray. Cersei really has come to proven to be a pretty solid counter to Sandwraith, actually. So teams kind of countering each other, you know. Sandwraith good against Clanks, Cersei good against Sandwraith. And, I mean, I don't know how you counter a Cersei necessarily, but you can try, I guess. I think Parasite might be good. Yeah, okay. I go Parasite.
You get a basher, and you hopefully bash him before he takes over your illusion on Sandray.
Okay.
That's the counter, so
yeah.
They counter each other.
That's true. Well, they do go Parasite in the end. Again, he is good against Clanks, too, obviously, with that face hug. Keep on top of him, so going to keep him in check. But, yeah, it's good to see ECX kind of going back to their Clanks roots here. And that is a good point you brought up earlier, too, though, about it does feel like even when they have picked it up, they've been – I remember recently they ran it even with a Wild Soul as well. And Nier – I actually talked with Nier about that a little bit, too. How I guess there was the idea they had a game plan there of they wanted to push towers really early on, but the laning phase just didn't go as planned, and it kind of just fell apart. And as this caster, it did look pretty ugly. So I wonder if they're going to try something like that again, or if they're just simply going to do their 4-1 Clank strat here. So far, it's looking like the 4-1 strat, but
yeah. And then what I've been noticing with them, I think in scrims and along with games that you've been casting, they've been running that tri-lane Clanks, and I haven't been agreeing with it. I've seen it work, and I've seen it not work, and I just like when they put him in the bot lane, give him the safe lane, make him, give him the farming needs, and that's a fun hero.
You know what's great about this, too, is that different guy here loves playing Grinix. Yeah. And he's pretty good with it, honestly. I mean, and we have seen that actually a couple of times. So that's going to be fun to see against ECX here. I would also think he's decent against Clanks too. A hero that can kind of get in there, get that shadow step off. Obviously, his ultimate should be pretty solid against Clanks for keeping the vision on him. So
yeah, and kind of a big fan of Grinix. I've wanted to make it work. I've of course talked to Complexity about it. It's just the hero kind of misses something. It's just hard to know what it's actually missing. But I do really like the hero, and I like its concept. And I think the hero's just a little weak, but I'm actually excited to see how they lane it. I'm assuming it's going to be that Suicide Grinix. But
yeah,
exciting hero to see. And then it does look like it's going to be that 4-1 strat for the CX. Wow,
what a finish!
Sandray Thunderbringer. So, I don't know if you've seen this recently, but just in TMM or even that, but it can kill a team by itself together.
Yeah.
Before a fight even happens, they could be 20 HP. So, very strong combo. Big problem with the Thunderbringer is it dies very easily in lane early, and they need to be careful about that.
Yeah, I think that. Excuse me, that's going to be the big theme for the Legion side. They need to definitely keep Thunderbringer in check, because if you let him get levels alone, especially with some decent farm, then yeah, his ultimate, his Blast of Lightning, it'll do pretty good work here. But yeah, that double global presence, that is a very powerful idea for sure. This game number 2 really is bringing just across the board a lot of like, oh, this is different, this is cool. Going back to Grinix real quickly, yeah, I too, he had some history in the competitive scene for a little bit there as a suicide hero. Did die off. He did get nerfed where his agility, I think it was, his agility gain actually was decreased, and so when it came to the late game, his impact wasn't as great, wasn't as potential to be a good amount of damage later on, I guess, but other than that, I think things have actually been pretty much the same, so early game, this hero does a lot of damage. The Nether Strike, you max that out, you're looking at 100 physical damage every single attack, basically. Obviously when you combo off of abilities, which he does all the time. So Yeah, really strong character. Different guy, again, plays it a lot, so excited to see that. But the Thunderbringer, that's also fun to see. And for a good game, too, here.
Yeah, definitely. They just have to be very, very careful about this Thunderbringer. It's a fragile hero. Good news is for them, there's not too many ganking heroes to really kill him mid, so if there was a game, this could be the game to actually pick this Thunderbringer.
You know, there's some kind of, it's an inside joke right there to an extent. Maybe even it was the last time we watched a different guy play Grenix, his team actually bottled him. They gave him a bottle, as well as his farm to go in the suicide lane. And he got a bloodless kill, and, you know, he actually did snowball fairly early on, so that was an interesting strat. I think they had an Ophelia on their team, and the Ophelia just bought a bottle for him, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, giving him that early bottle lets him do pretty much whatever he wants. And I don't disagree with that. I mean, if they had Ophelia this game, I'd probably agree with it as well. But Probusk is going to do, I mean, not Probusk, Parasite is going to do a lot of work this game. And this is setting up to be an insane game.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this one for sure. I mean, the Kraken, we didn't even really mention too much about Embry playing it here for ECX. He's definitely not a usual hero at this time here on the competitive scene, but he's still a strong one at that. And I wonder why would they pick up Kraken, you think? Because, again, he's not your typical hero here nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing a little bit of Kraken recently, and the hero is very strong. It's got a really strong ultimate, and it's got a good setup. And I'm wondering if they're kind of just going to use that as the big tanky frontliner to just focus me while my Clank sits in the back and auto-attacks you. Because it's great. It's got a really strong ultimate that pulls all the heroes in, and considering they have Sandwraith, Parasite, and Grinix, that's pretty big ulti to suck those three heroes in. So
yeah. So we do have a remake here. Obviously, apparently Probusk was having some issues with that specific server, so teams agree.
He did have a little bit of high ping. So
all right.
Nice they remaked actually.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, especially for these. Again, it is public, so we can make them all pick here, and ideally make it pretty quick here as far as going back into it. So lobby's up, load back in, get going back to the action, guys. But again, I was double checking obviously the other series there. They are on their game number 2 now of Sync versus Mystery Gang, and Sync winning the first game. And wait a second, are they?
They just won, or they just played the second game. Just finished.
Wow, that must have been a quick second game too.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
Yeah, it was like an 18-minute game. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, Sync won the second game as well. So Sync coming to play today. 2-0 over Mystery Gang there. The Mystery Gang had a pretty solid day yesterday, as we were mentioning, getting a victory off of Evo Corporation and Complexity. But today, the challenges continue, and unfortunately dropping 2-0 to both Fresh and now Sync, it looks like. So they still got, they are a newer team still on the competitive scene as far as Diamond goes, at least. And they've been finding their groove here, but again, definitely a team with potential. So, all right, we are getting back here into our game number 2 of this series, our final series. I know a lot of people are always excited. It is going to be Sync Esports versus Complexity, so we will get to see that same Sync team playing against Complexity Gaming to finish it off, so that should definitely be a pretty good matchup there. And here we go into our game 2. So Sloske playing the Thunderbringer. It's like an evil bunny Thunderbringer.
That is the Fluffy Bringer.
The Fluffy Bringer, nice.
That is a solid name for an old avatar. Let's be honest here.
He lays eggs on the ground. Oh boy.
Let's be honest here. Yep.
Oh god, it's rolling. These eggs, man. All right. So he's going to be going up against that Kraken. Yeah, so we talked about, obviously, big negative of a Thunderbringer is he's very weak. He does not have an escape. He's a very fragile hero. So if you're the Legion side, might want to address that. I mean, they do have Take Effect on Cthulhu here. He's not the prime ganking hero from the jungle, but he can at the same time with the setup stun, which I guess they don't really have the greatest stuff now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah. That was my point of not being able to kill this Thunderbringer in the mid lane. There's just nothing. I mean, unless Cersei comes in roots, there's there's not much they can do to stop this Thunderbringer, and that's why I think it's a very good pick. I mean, normally it's not because it's so susceptible to ganks, but this game, it should do relatively well in the mid lane.
Look at Grinix down here. He's placed the ward of sight. Now, wait a second. Is that outside of the camp?
I want to... No, it should be blocked.
That's like right on the outside of the grass right there. But I guess as long as it's touching it, maybe it should block it. Oh, Grinix. He's going to get the pull off here. You see Cersei doing what she can. Already used that entrapment, but Grinix is just going to walk it off. And he'll be
Try to
fine.
land another one right here, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, so it is going to be blocked. Yeah, it is in range. And Grinix keeping it going. Look at Cersei. She's going to chase him all the way to the creep wave here. I guess it's going to be to the tower instead.
It does get him a free level 2, but he will not get any of these last hits.
No.
Well, he might get actually...
There you go.
Okay.
Oh!
Wow, he's gonna
Dang.
get all
Different
three.
guy, OP.
Too. All right. So that wasn't too bad then. I mean, he got 2 off that pull, and now he is level 2.
Solid start. Lodestone, also level 2 off the bat. He's going up against the Sandwraith Moira. Again, not the most threatening lane here. So, that's why Zane's playing it pretty aggressive as he can. Parasite isn't nearby currently. He's busy with the Vulture Lord over here. Oh, I don't know if I saw that. I don't know. Maybe he did press R in time, but it almost looked like the Vulture Lord just died before he actually pressed R there.
I'm pretty sure as long as it doesn't die to a creep, you still get the XP even if it dies on its own. I'm like 90% sure.
Okay,
Sure,
a creep was,
sure
but yeah, a creep was attacking it though, so
Oh, okay.
that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I wasn't paying enough. You know what? Let me see if the replay. Let me see if I got it on there. Bottom
Him
lane?
being level
No.
3, I want to say it didn't break to the creep because
Okay,
I don't think he'd be level 3 if it did.
you're probably right. Bottom lane, Grinix was taking a little bit of pressure there, but he already has an Iron Shield, in fact, so and he's got a nice way to mitigate some damage here. Lodestone back at the top. And going to be fine here. So I'm looking at Parasite. Oh my god.
Well,
I was kind of hoping action wouldn't happen while I was looking at that real quickly.
Of course.
And sure enough.
of course.
And sure enough.
I didn't even get to catch it because I didn't expect that, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's the power of this Grinix.
Yep, that's kind of, that can happen. So it takes out Cersei. Does she not have her her Deceive? No, she does have it. Man.
Oh, he fought us.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Oh, okay. Good investment.
Yeah. Getting the Bloodlust kill, that's worth it.
Oh, it was actually Pool? Wait, Bar?
Yeah, you got it from somebody else, it
Oh,
looks
Moira
like.
gave it to him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Middle lane. Thunderbringer is going to get caught here. Entrapment coming in. So Cersei going to make use of that death at least a little bit. Going to get the kill on a Thunderbringer. So pretty good setup on his part at least. Making use of that death again.
Yeah, that's an important kill. They kind of need to keep this Thunderbringer down because Kraken really can't beat a Thunderbringer. Thunderbringer kind of just does very well against melee, just like an Arachna does, the same kind of way. So, yeah, I mean, that's a good kill. They need to maybe do that 1 or 2 more times.
Yeah. You see Thunderbringer here, 22-7. So yeah, he is really off to a great start here actually, and just have to make his way back to the middle lane, but he is back and will continue that solid farm. So we'll see how much they try to keep up the pressure as Moira gets taken out by Lodestone up top. That's never good when your support dies to the suicide. Obviously happened at the bottom lane too, but now Lodestone. He's on the run. Sandwraith putting in that damage. That deserted kicking in. Gets the kill on a Lodestone. What a play by Probust right there. I mean, he just really right-clicked him, but still, the heads up to
Have the
chase
confidence.
him. Yeah. The whole way.
Yeah, that's a good kill. That's going to give Probusk a good start now, and that's really what you want in your Sandwraith.
You see right there, Thunderbringer using the Blast Lightning on himself. Get that vision.
You counter a ward?
Yeah. He didn't actually counter any,
Oh,
but
okay. But
that
you
was
will
the
counter.
intention.
Yeah. It's a really annoying part of that hero. It's pretty hard to put a a deep lane ward into mid, especially with Thunderbringer just going to randomly use his W and see it. Bot lane.
Sandwraith, yep, going to assist for the kill on a Clanks right here. Cersei couldn't really do much in time. You do see Grinix. He is now level 6 himself as well, so Sandwraith, good assistance there. The start here for Fresh, it's looking really good. I mean, they actually they basically do have the top 4 farmers in the game right now. Parasite slightly had a Kraken here even.
Oh, this could be a kill here on near. Ooh.
The ulties, Grinix.
Yep, he has the dust
right there. There's the jump. Here comes Cthulhu Font, as well as
no
Clanks, but
dust.
they don't have dust. They do have a rev, but it's not going to matter. He's too far. Ooh, could have maybe gone for a turn. Too risky.
So, I mean, we were talking about the Sandray Thunderbringer global presence, but we didn't even think about the Moira being able to illusion in the same way.
Yeah.
So their pickoff potential is insanely high.
It is.
And
Parasite's great at that. Yeah, this is a very scary Hellborn team.
yeah, Clanks is going to have a lot of trouble this game. I mean, it's almost like they kind of baited Imbaboy to pick this hero. Like you said a little bit earlier, maybe this Clanks doesn't work anymore because teams have just gotten accustomed to what to do against it.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a big part of it. A mix of the slight nerve
Clanks
slash
is going to die right here.
Clanks, he dies at the bottom. He sure does. I was watching Lowstone there, getting some pressure, but meanwhile, bottom lane. I mean, it's obviously the action's been turned on now for Fresh. They got level 6s. They're using them. Thunderbringer using his right there of the Lightning Storm. Getting the assist for Different Guy Elise. So again, Different Guy, a very comfortable hero for him, and Grinix, although it's a rare one to see on the competitive scene, but I mean, maybe they should pick it up a little more. He's 4-0-0, 420 gold per minute now on this hero.
Yeah, practically solo killing the carry. I mean, I think he would have killed Imbaboy even without the Thunderbringer ulti, but yeah, just, I mean, if this hero can do this to a carry, like, maybe you should look at other teams and start looking at it and go, okay, well, if we build the right team around it, maybe this is a good hero.
And he goes again. Illusory Assault comes out. There's the Shadow Step and the auto attack to finish him off. Now he is going to be counter-killed here at least. Finally getting a turn kill onto him. I'm sure that's got to feel good for the Legion side, but he did get Clanks killed obviously right before that. And you do see at the same time Different Guy still around that 400 plus GPM. So yeah, it'll continue even at the top lane. Lodestone trying to stun away, but Sandwraith says you ain't going nowhere. Mirage secures the kill onto him. 4,000 gold lead, nearly a 4,000 experience it already. Thunderbringer in the meantime, he's going to counter ward right here with the Blast of Lightning. Oh, I guess he can't do it in full just yet. You have to reset, but yeah, Kraken can't really stop him, so he'll just easily counter ward. And then run back to continue farming. Man, the GPM chart really does tell the story here. Not often we see ECX, especially with the Clanks, this struggle, but they can't get a damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, 3 deaths on their Clanks already, and that's, I mean, he's in the jungle right now, but how fast can he effectively farm in the jungle? Sure he won't. And there's, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's weird to say, wow, this Grinix is going to be a problem this game, but he's, I mean, depending on his item build, I'm assuming he's going to go like an Energizer or something. He could be a pretty big threat to anyone on this Legion team. They could basically just die to him alone.
It really is ridiculous as far as the damage. I mean, you look at, he easily has 200 bonus physical damage within a second with the double Rift Stock. Then you throw the Shadow Step on top, and that's 300 bonus physical on top of the ability damage and normal auto attack damage. It's absurd. I mean, he could just burst you down so quickly in this early game, especially if he gets to start like this. Now, they're going to try to chase him down right here. He pops you. Look at the turn right here. Thunderbringer assists with the Thunderstorm, and down goes Clanks as well, sir, so they do end up killing Grinix. But look at what they used to do that, and they still lost 2 heroes in the process doing it.
Yeah, you can really see the confidence he has in that hero. Fight mid.
Moira with the illusion actually kills Lowstone in response. That was well played there with the Shards of Harkon, but yeah, they do catch Thunderbringer again. At least some sign of life here, but meanwhile, top tower goes down in favor of Sandray. So ECX finding a little bit at least, but it's just still another level for Fresh here, and Sandray is even going to keep going a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, he's probably going to go straight for the Mach at this point because it's 10 minutes, and he's already sitting at almost 2k gold, so he can have a relatively early Mach.
Cersei's not level 6 yet either. That's pretty crucial. Remember, that's obviously the reason why
Yeah.
they picked her up. To counter Sandwraith.
Yeah, and look, this Grinix is probably just going to go down here and kill this elephant.
He's going to be stunned. Yeah, I was going to say.
Ooh? Okay.
He's thinking about it. Illusion coming in. There we go.
Jeez.
Here we go. There starts a Harkon. There's that Shadow Step. Man, that damage.
I mean, this is just... It's just so well played by a different guy. I mean, just so comfortable on this hero and just knows the limitations that it has, and he trusts in his AoE or the global presence of his team to make these plays.
Sandwraith, did he pop the ultimate? He did. Looks like he uses it to kill Clanks once again. 0-5-2 on a Clanks here. This has got to be the worst performance, or one of the worst for Imaboy on Clanks. No doubt. I mean, they completely drafted with the idea of countering Clanks and more. It's going to get even better here. Thunderbringer may actually fall. Yeah, he will go down, so maybe not better. As they do eventually take him out. Moira trying to get in there to finish off Cersei, but got there a little late. And she will actually escape here. So she is level 6 now, so again, has that Twisted Visage here to counter the Sandwraith at least. But at the early level, it's honestly not doing, you know, crazy amount. It's minimal damage because of the ability and how it works, but also he's not the most farmed yet. You know, once he gets his Mach, then yeah, it'll start being a little more effective. But
there's 4 heroes bot lane trying to kill this Grinix and Parasite, and they're both invis.
Yeah, he's going to try to randomly stun. There comes a dust, but the time they do, here comes more support even. They're going to get the quick kill onto Lodestone to start here. Just a Visage, takes over Moira. Okay. Want some stuns here. Maybe the ultimate.
Yeah. Defensive ulti, yeah.
That's pretty smart, actually, in that case. Clank's still not going to be picked off, and good idea from Cersei, but it just doesn't matter. They're just so far ahead. ECX, I think they may give up if they could right now. This is obviously just, there's no chance really at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, so much credit here to Fresh. They fucking, sorry, didn't mean to say that. My bad. They didn't mean to say it.
How dare you? This is a PG show here.
My bad. I'm just so surprised by how well actually Fresh is playing this kind of, I don't want to say uncharacteristic lineup, but pretty uncharacteristic. But yeah, my bad on that.
It's fine. It is more than fine. It's Twitch, man. This is not television. We don't have the FCC in our ass.
That's
Don't
very
worry
true.
about that. Say what we want, damn it. Well, not
That's
everything.
like breaky.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was just saying, it's just Fresh kind of, I want to say they baited them into picking this Clanks and just knew what they wanted to run against it, and this is just such a powerful lineup to deal with the Clanks.
Yeah. It is. And I really do wonder how this is going to affect that mentality of ECX moving forward with Clanks as a pick, because, again, as we mentioned, going into it, and now this, to top it off with this, how getting absolutely destroyed. I don't know if they're going to be picking up Clanks a lot anymore. I really don't think, and that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Imaboy, especially being the drafter himself, you know, maybe it's going to come down to whether or not he's still confident as a player that it can work, of course. But
Clanks is going to, he didn't go for Clanks.
Meanwhile,
He is going for Clanks. Clanks is, jeez.
Split fights going on right here. Clanks does die. So does Kraken off to the side. Cersei was picked off in the meantime. Cthulhu Font can't get the chase successfully. Going to get caught in the arcade vortex. You even see Tankfei already calling the GG. They still have a minute left before they can technically concede. But it is obviously over. So sometimes the defending Cycle 4 champions just get completely steamed and rolled over.
It can happen to anyone. I mean, it's just, like, this really isn't a fault to ECX. They had a good draft. It's just a matter of how well Fresh actually played this game.
Yeah.
And major credit to them. I'm pretty sure they put a lot of effort into thinking of a lineup like this that would just, because it doesn't just shut down a Clanks. It can kill anybody. There's nothing that they can't kill together. So just really well played at this global presence lineup.
You can see they're even sitting in the well right here. They're just waiting for that 15-minute to hit in. So we're going to be coming to an end here as far as our second series. And again, with Sync versus Mystery Gang already being over, we're going to have a little bit of a break here, about half an hour or so, it looks like, moving forward before our next set of series are going to be coming at you. But definitely going to be a strong finish here for day number 2 of the group stages, as there's the vote officially, and GG well played. Sync Esports versus Complexity Gaming will be our final series that we cast here on Honcast. The other one that's also going to be happening is Evil Corporation versus the Mystery Gang, so keep an eye on that one too. By the way, shout out to Grucast, Grucast, Grucast over there. He's a kind of a new caster on the excuse me. He's actually been casting the other matches both yesterday and today here as well, so definitely check him out, guys. Hit that follow and let him know that you appreciate him covering the other matches here, because it's always awesome to see. But also it gives you guys a chance to watch those other matches. So, but the one that we're going to be casting here is, again, Complexity versus Sync Esports in about a half hour from now. But I guess before we go on the break here, Regrosta, anything else about this series or moving forward here?
Just, I mean, credit to Fresh for playing so well. I mean, I think ECX is, I don't want to say they're downward spiraling, but I want to say they need to kind of find their